सतपाल जी, जो आपका जो प्रश्न जो था ट्रेड विद पाकिस्तान, देखिए ट्रेड हमने तो बंद नहीं किया, जो किया तो उनके प्रशासन ने जो 2019 में जो निर्णय लिए गए कि भारत के साथ व्यापार नहीं करना, वो उनके साइड से था। तो हमारा जो ये इस मुद्दा के बारे में हमारी जो चिंता जो थी, शुरू से हमारा हित था कि हमें MFN स्टेटस मिले, कि हम पाकिस्तान को MFN स्टेटस देते थे, वो हमको देते नहीं थे। तो आज पिछले साल के बाद ऐसी कोई पाकिस्तान के साथ बैठ के ऐसी कोई बात नहीं हुई व्यापार के बारे में, ना उनके यहाँ से कोई ऐसा इनिशिएटिव आया है। जो ड्रग्स के बारे में जो आप कह रहे हैं, वो तो सबको जानकारी है इसमें कि वहाँ से ड्रग्स काफ़ी संख्या में आते हैं और ये चिंताजनक विषय है। और जो वहाँ जो लॉ एंड ऑर्डर, अगर आप पाकिस्तान की लॉ एंड ऑर्डर बात कर रहे हैं या बॉर्डर एरिया के लॉ एंड ऑर्डर, हाँ देखिए जो हमारे यहाँ जो इंटरनल अफेयर्स हैं, आप जानते हैं कि मैं देश के बाहर जाके इसके बारे में टिप्पणी नहीं करता। जो हमारे जो भी एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव चैलेंजेस हैं, हम निपट लेंगे उसके साथ। ये तो हम पर ही निर्भर है कि हम इसके कैसे रिस्पॉन्स करें। जो आपका जो है प्रशांत, योर क्वेश्चन ऑन what is our reaction? Look, every country has a sovereign right to take decisions, about what are their international commitments and responsibilities. So we can have our respective views on it. I mean, obviously, it's not necessarily identical for countries, but I think that's a decision they have taken. I mean, different countries may have their own view of and their own stance in that regard. But it is their decision. So I leave it at that. On your issue on economic, you asked me give me a sense of the economic discussions. There was a discussion both with the Secretary as well as with the NSA. Not in detail again. I mean, please do appreciate, that we were running a tight timeline. We had also a quad to do. But the overall sense is, look, there are a lot of opportunities here. The US today, in an era of more technology-centric progress, sees, the messaging I got very clearly was, look, we appreciate the value of India as a partner. There are domains we want to work on. There are systemic things we need to do to sort of optimize collaboration. Obviously, there will be the economic interests of the two countries. We will sit down and talk about it and discuss that when the moment is opportune. But on this particular occasion, we didn't get into that kind of detail, partly because of the occasion and partly because that is really, trade matters are really for the trade teams to do. On either side, it's not my direct jurisdiction, nor was it those of the people I was meeting. So, but for me, the deeper sentiment was really the takeaway, saying, look, you have your interest, we have ours, we have to harmonize it, we have to get the best out of it. We are very confident that, I didn't get the sense of it being a zero-sum game. I saw it as much more collaborative. And a lot of, I would say, attention on ISET, on semiconductors, on supply chains. It was much more that. So, Seema, let me respond to your question. Look, what is the policy of an American administration towards China is either for the Americans to explain or the Chinese to commit. It's not for me publicly to take a position on it. I am obviously, dealing with the world, we obviously, reflect on various developments. What I can say, as someone who's come here, interacted with, the key foreign policy figures of the administration certainly, is the positive sentiment they have for our country and for our relationship. If you ask me, okay, go beyond that, the bit I can share with you is, what we discussed during the Quad. And during the Quad, the sentiment was very clear that, the Indo-Pacific is a very crucial region, that it's important, that there is stability there is security there is a respect for law. So I think, some of it was very succinctly captured in that statement which was there. So, but beyond that, another bilateral relationship for me to comment publicly, I don't think really would be appropriate. Regarding Mr. Jayaraman, your question about Indo-American lawmakers, I did encounter, I sort of bumped into Mr. Thanedar at the inaugural ceremony. I think I saw Ami Bera at a distance, but I didn't really have an opportunity because, the sort of this visit, one entire day really was focused around the inauguration events, and yesterday on the Quad and the bilateral. So this is not an occasion where I can say anything more because I've not had a chance to spend time with them. On the inaugural highlights, look, I mean, to me, though I have been dealing with this country for more than 40 years, it was the first time I was myself at an inauguration. And obviously, it was something which was very impressive. As I said, I was there at the Rotunda observing the swearing in, and between the prayer service and the social occasions, you got a flavor really of the sentiment or the interaction of various people who are there, their enthusiasm. I mean, what I saw was really a very confident, upbeat, incoming administration. I mean, that feeling that, look, we need to get things done, and where India is concerned, that you are a partner with whom we can get things done, that because there is already a strong chemistry between the President and the Prime Minister. There is a previous administration with whom, which we were the same at that point of time, that there is that history of working together. So that buoyancy and that confidence which I saw generally, I mean, if you look at it, I mean, the last 48 hours, I mean, it's been an extraordinarily active administration. And not just last 48 hours, they were actually very active even before they actually assumed office. So I think that energy which I could experience, I can tell you in many ways is fully reflected on the Indian side, and we would certainly like to use that to take our relationship to a higher level.